Hello everyone, I'm Renowned Zero. We are back again talking about my haters, of course, because they believe that they're going to berate me. Also, we're going to be talking about Shane Davis, who wants to continue to be smug about his abilities and talents because he doesn't understand what smug actually means, and neither do my haters, aka my biggest hater recently has been one of EVS's mods. And of course, I think my biggest hater, in fact, is actually Tiso Spencer. We're going to talk a little bit about him towards the end of the video because, of course, I had to show some clown on Twitter that the proof is out there that people actually said that Yaira #1 was barely going to hit $1 million, including EVS. He did at one point say he was going to only make 800K, but then, of course, the controversy that these clowns wanted to talk about, he believed that it was going to make anywhere from 1.5 to 2 million, which again, clowns don't think that the number of sales and number of purchasers, number of books sold is going to increase over the duration of the campaign. And by the way, the books are still sold after the campaign ends. But we're going to get into it first here, as usual, as of recording of this video. $1.317 million with 9,639 purchasers, with over 16,500 copies sold. So within about 2,500 to 3,000 more books, it'll have sold more than Cyberfrog 2. So they can go ahead and cope with that nonsense. I'm sure EVS will eventually cope with that. He's still coping over it anyway. Sick Fox Studios, Blade Devil 2, Chains of Blood. I can't wait to get it. I've read the first Blade Devil, as clowns like Pancake Jeff like to believe. I don't read the books I purchase. Sure, buddy. Yeah, you can get in on it for just $10 over at Sick Fox Studios Unlimited if you want to get it on Blade Devil 1. So, we are going to start here, where this clown says, I think that means Alpha Core sold more books, but had way less actual buyers than Cyberfrog 2. I really don't give a crap. I don't care about EVS's sales. So, again, rules for thee, but not for me. Alpha Core had more purchasers as well as more copies sold than Cyberfrog 2. I'm sure at some point, EVS will eventually cope with that. I mean, he probably still is. By the way, notice that he didn't mention ISOM as a good book. And I said, is that supposed to be an own of some kind? I did a review on my channel praising what I like about it. It's there. That means nothing. Piece of crap. There's people out there saying Disney Star Wars is good. People are entitled to their opinion. Oh my god. Oh, opinions. And YouTubers with integrity just to make fun of them. That's fine. You're allowed to criticize a trash Star Wars movie. It's like opinions haven't existed to these people. Opinions are just a new concept that came out when ISOM became a thing. It was a positive review, Cope and Seed. This is what Shane said. Of course, he says, nope. It's called being honest to my customers on my skill set and quality in the comics I make. Eric July knew that too. That's why he sold my cover for $100. No, he sold it because, not only because it was you, but because the cover was foil embossed and a limited run to 5,000 units. And approached me to draw for him before he announced ISOM, which he declined. And I said, actions speak louder than words. Someone who has a great skill set doesn't have to constantly brag about it. They just show it through their actions. Wasn't aware that Death has been shipped to backers yet. This is, of course, from Yanzi. This is Shane Davis' wife. How does one conclude it's a high-quality product without reading it? You can clearly see the pages, right? You can clearly see the pages and colors and the work that Joe Ball has put into the book. It's clearly a high quality as far as the artwork goes. Yes, maybe not so much the story because no one's read it yet. But you can tell it's a high quality product. It's a higher quality product than any garbage Cyberfrog that'll come out. And it costs $30 for a 300-page book that the man is pretty much one-manning because he's drawing, inking, and coloring it. And I think he's just having someone else letter it, but that's about it. I guess neither is all those CG books I have, including Cyberfrog and Glorious Rex, Starlight Cats, Alien Alamo, and She. Because apparently I don't buy any quality books. This is the exact same thing Shane Davis said. I'm not buying quality books, even though I have your book, Inglorious Rex and Starlight Cats. And I backed Inglorious Rex too, at the highest tier possible, by the way. So, and I also said I wasn't aware that Inglorious Rex 2 shipped on time either. Oh yeah, that's right. I defended it being late because of Shane's drawing arm needing surgery when it was supposed to release in February 2024. At this point, if I could get a refund, I would gladly do so. So there's my backing of $250 US for your all-in book subscription for Inglorious Rex 2, which I did also do a review of Starlight Cats on my channel as well, and I've read Inglorious Rex. I liked both books. Crimea River. I think she's pointing out you calling death equality probably before you got it in your hands. Not that it's late, which is a fair point. Joe Ball's art is good, but there could always be printing issues, pages that got flipped, and other weird issues. Fair point, but again, looking at it, you can tell there's a lot of heart and soul in it. Yeah, I defended it too. I had so much faith in Shane and Yanzi, but everyone's fortunes are tied to Ethan. If he sinks, they will all sink. So if he goes to war, he won't stand for them not backing his opinion. So far, only Tiso has been level-headed and consistent, which I also have cash grab. Shocker, I know. I've talked to Tiso in person. He said Dick Masterson's obsession with Air July is lame and gay. So there's also that. Google this word's meaning, then talk more crap. I know what the word means. Google a picture of what you look like. I'm sure you'll find an overweight, out-of-shape, 350-pound MFer. By the way, the quote-unquote estimated delivery is set by the person who created the campaign. So get effed, which I just said. I just said. I defended that it's late because Shane had a broken drawing arm. And Yanzi has been right that they haven't been late on any of their books. I checked my Indiegogo contributions and saw that I got my books exactly in the month that was under the estimated delivery month and year. And I said also who is Sturgis. And then we have Dick Masterson saying the people who did this to Ed Piscourt are now attempting to do the same to me with their targeted harassment. Yeah, that's rich coming from a guy who did this. I said, did you not just enter a puzzle competition and it took you over an hour to complete a 500-piece puzzle? Nobody cares enough about you. Targeted harassment is you for months, telling people to put chickens in the chat in any stream Eric July has been on, you hypocrite. That's just the facts. You gotta love the dedication of my hate watchers and burner accounts. You can see this guy's extremely upset with me for some odd reason. I have no clue. We have J Bomber fan too. You're sounding like a war campaign right now. By the way, man, several of the people you've been cheering on and agreeing with are war campaign stock accounts. Well, I mean, if they're correct, and you're nonsense. I mean, you're basically an attack dog for Ethan Van Sciver. Anything he says, you just repeat. Even if it's a lie, you still repeat it. And I said, did you even watch this video? I had the same position as I did on here. I stated they shouldn't be canceled from C2E2, but they expect to be back after crapping all over a fan base that likes something that they don't. And Bruce, shout out to Bruce. J Bombard in a nutshell. I know I and other Cancelgate cucks have been trying desperately to demonize people like Eric and the Saskas, and Ethan's attempt to defame, attack, and cancel numerous others, but can we get some help here? Khan's trying to cancel us. No. Why won't they help us? Good question. I don't think he understands what that is or the irony supporting them whilst talking about cancel culture. You say this while being for the burning down of Eric July's business, but go on. I've never been for people being canceled, and my position has never changed on that. I can disagree all day long, but if I'm a paying customer and you act like an ass towards me and act as if your shit don't stink, I will call you out on it. Pointing out Eric's garbage products isn't the same thing as going after his personal life or making up lies. Oh, like the people that went to his great-great-grandfather's grave, or the psycho that went to his warehouse that he uses for shipping out books, regardless whether or not it was a private or public property. You still went to a property that you shouldn't have been on. So, and again, Eric's garbage products, according to who? Because last time I checked, everyone has an opinion. Some people are not going to like it. Some people are going to like it. I am on the side of, I like the stuff that's coming out of the Rippaverse. So again, you clowns need to stop putting your opinion out there and acting as if your opinion is the opinion and the end-all be-all and the only opinion I have, which is like a new concept once again for these clowns who just sit up here and say the same shit over and over again. Some people like starting fights. Some people like fighting. Make sure you know which one you are before starting it up. You say this as you are trying to start a fight about a 2-year-old tweet. You're so irrelevant, you try creating drama, and you get BTFO'd every time. You're still crying to this day about being called the N-word by Eric July, and it's still funny. 2 bookmarks, of course. I'm sure that'll comeback. It's in some weirdo EFAB live stream from comic pro, quote unquote comic pros who are so scared of my opinion and the fact that I have one. CG isn't hating on Rippaverse, as EVS makes 42 Trashcast episodes making these types of pictures of the Saskas, and you got clowns and CG regurgitating lies daily, like how Eric lies against crowdfunding. But no one's trying to, no one's hating on the Rippaverse, no one's trying to take it down. But meanwhile, I've shown proof plenty of times that it's the opposite. What do you think about Yaira, the most hyped upcoming Rippaverse book by far, looking like it's going to sell less copies to less people than Alpha Core did? Again, the campaign's still going through April and May. Yaira should destroy Alpha Core in sales. Total sales, it made more money. So, what are we talking about here? What are we actually talking about here? Maybe way more people agree with these clowns than you can admit. What do you think about Alpha Core selling more books than Cyberfrog 2? See, I can ask pointless questions too, because unlike Yaira, I can't buy Cyberfrog after the campaign ends from the original creator. I think that means Alpha Core sold more books, but had way less actual buyers. Both of those statements are incorrect. Alpha Core had more buyers and had more books sold. But I really don't give a crap. I don't care about EVS's sales. So then why are you asking me a stupid question? Why are you asking me this dumb shit? So I said it, in the beginning that, rules for thee but not for me stuff. Holy crap, I don't give a crap about Cyberfrog 2 sales or EVS. I don't do this to EJ on the daily. Like, shut up. You're making assumptions about sales based on a campaign that has only been running for 3 weeks. You effing gave F. So once again, hypocrisy is easily shown by retards like you. Please, stop telling me about your suppressed feelings for another man and just come out of the closet. No one will care. You clearly have no argument because you resorted to insults. Get fucked. What hypocrisy? What the F are you talking about? Yaira sold 2,000 less books to less buyers than Alpha Core in that exact same time span. If you think that's magically going to change, you're retarded. Oh, wait. Yeah, it will magically change as the campaign continues and also the books continue to sell after the fact. This is something I already stated, but your lower than that IQ couldn't comprehend that basic fact. If I go to the Rippaverse store right now, I can buy ISOM 1, ISOM 2, and Alpha Core. When the Yaira campaign ends, I can still go buy Yaira if I want to. You idiot. I can't go to a storefront outside of eBay to find Cyberfrog being sold by third parties. Wow, your reputation as an autistic retard preceded you, but turns out it was an understatement. As, CG has people slapping around autistic chicks and EVS's daughter has autism, but I guess. I'm sorry you're effing slow. Your mother dropped you on your head too many times that you can't understand basic facts. The literal facts are that Yaira was supposed to be a major hit and borderline new flagship title. Instead, it has trailed Alpha Core in total books and buyers every day for weeks now, and it will clearly end up with less books sold and less purchasers. Then you'll move the goalposts. The campaign is still going on when you're absolutely wrong, you'll shift the goalposts. Once again, for the third time, because I understand your tiny brain can't hold much information. The Yaira books will continue to be sold after the campaign ends, just like ISOM 1 and 2 and just like Alpha Core. Yeah, I'm sure those books are flying off the shelves. Yeah, they sure are. You're just too retarded to see it. I see people buying books every day. Cope and see, loser. You can check fucking Twitter. There are people posting about them buying books all the time. There are people literally posting about buying books all the freaking time. You're Thurgis. I'm Renowned Zero. That's what my name says here. Cry harder, L. And Lawrence STFU. Eric never said estimate. He said out in 2023. No, he said winter. He said launch in winter. And I already stated on Twitter that it was delayed, not late. Which the argument was that it was late. Not that it was coming out in 2023, which was never clearly stated. But again, he actually never said that. You're an effing idiot. He actually said 2024. Also, download your next NPC update. If the Saska sisters join the writing team in May, and then it says right here, coming next year in addition to Yaira 1, so it's already been said on December 1st because the date's right there, that it's coming next year. Slight delay. Again, I'm going to say this for the stupid people. Why would he have two campaigns running at the same time to split revenue like a dumbass like EVS does? Why would he do that? That's not smart business sense. Alpha Core is already going on during the fall, like it was said it was going to launch in the fall. No one got it until January. Shipment was in January. Well, actually, I think December. I think early December. But no, the campaign ended January 20th. I'm sorry. The estimated start of the shipment was December 4th. So, and here we have, of course, this clown. Brag about some of your accomplishments. What accomplishments do you have to brag about? I guarantee I have more accomplishments to brag about than you do. And I don't really care to do that because I am not a smug person like you. I don't have to go around talking about accomplishments. What are your accomplishments? You were on Dr. Phil 15 years ago? That's not an accomplishment. That means you're just as accomplished as the Catch Me Outside girl, which she makes more money than you do. You have a podcast called The Biggest Problem in the Universe with a accused or alleged P to the E to the D to the O. You have a YouTube channel called The Biggest Problem in the Universe that I can get more views on with videos, and I have less subscribers than you do. Another accomplishment, you're still crying like a bitch about being called the N-word from months ago. So, you made a poll asking your Twitter followers if it's worse to DM a 17-year-old or be called the N-word. That means you're still hung up over being called the N-word. You know what's a great accomplishment for me? I live in your fucking head rent-free, just like all these washed-up comic pros, like EVS. Which I'm almost to the point where I'm going to end up calling Shane Davis a washed-up comic pro. But I live in the heads of people who have a way bigger subscriber count, way bigger fan base, quote unquote, if you can even call it that. Why are you so obsessed with my small channel? This is your channel. 2K views in 5 days. I can get 2K views in a day, bro. And you have more subscribers than I do. Shane also said this. What's wrong? Quote unquote, be great. Yeah, you're the same clowns who compared the words be great to do better. And I said, I don't know. You tell me. You cried about being banned from C2E2, and I've already defended your ability to be there. Why are you distraught by my tiny channel that you feel the need to disrespect me as a person who backed multiple campaigns? You should probably try to, quote unquote, be great by not being a complete tool and sell out to your cult leader. You continue to disrespect me as a paying customer, and you continue to act smug. It's fine. I'll continue to monetize it and expose you for being the way you chose to be. To where he says, I'm not disrespecting you at any level compared to you disrespecting me. Your thumbnails prove that. What? And I said, are my thumbnails wrong? No. You've been neutral in the beginning, not going along with EVS's BS, including saying I deserve to be doxxed. The times you claimed Eric July was my partner, or did you forget that? You literally claimed I don't buy quality products while I simultaneously bought loads of CG books. So you disrespected the fact that I bought Rippaverse books. The conversation about if Eric is against crowdfunding, the entirety of the cult of CG has been attacking me for months simply for giving my opinion, for simply liking a book they don't like. You've been lockstep with EVS for a bit now. No self-awareness there with Rippa. The difference is I've never been disrespected as a customer of the Rippaverse. He sold you fake art. That's as disrespectful as it gets. Oh, this art that I must have photoshopped this art into this video. I mean, this cover was actually drawn by Kane and White, so I guess Kane and White makes fake art. I forgot. Kane and White makes fake art. Kane and White makes fake art apparently because he didn't draw this cover or this cover. He didn't do that. I totally don't have this fat book of manga that outsells all of Western fucking comics because this is just better written. Oh, shocking. I have Vinland Saga. This This art right here by Joe Bennett. They made this nice cover and the interiors, by the way. This cover is drawn by Joe Bennett. You know, the guys the guy you call the scrub, even though he drew Immortal Hulk, right? He drew Immortal Hulk. He drew this cover and the interiors. But he definitely sold me that fake art that's right in my hand. And just to add insult to injury, because you're such a fucking clown, I guess this fake art that was drawn by Shane Davis is fake too. I guess this fucking ISOM 2 cover drawn by Ethan Van Sciver must be fake too. Whew, man, all that fake art I have. Oh my god. I must be losing my mind and not seeing all the fake art that I hold in my hand. Charging $75 for a 16-page book, by the way, is disrespecting the customer. You mean that book that I showed already that sold for $300 on eBay? Like a week ago? That one? That book? Yeah. Which he also says, quartering and these guys have no talent. Besides running a YouTube grift channel, John, and as we know, YouTube is deep in the system. There's a ceiling on how far you can get while actually being a rebel. So now they must sell out or stagnate. No talent. No talent. Stagnate. EVS is true stagnation. So these are the views for the quartering. Hundreds of thousands of views. He put out 5 videos in a day. Here's Yellow Flash. Hundreds of thousands of views. Here's Gary from Nerdrotic. 813,000 views. 1 million views. 619 views. 529K views. 961K views. 1.2 million views. But yeah, they're so stagnant. You want to see what EVS's shit looks like? 13K, 26, 24K, 16K, 13K, 23K, 20. That's stagnant. Considering that most of your views are the exact same, or almost the exact same, that's what stagnant means. That's what stagnant means. So fuck off. I laughed out loud for real when I saw this name. Thankfully, I wasn't drinking milk. Remember, kids, the people who claim to care the most about comics become a failing medium are the same people who are okay with piracy. Now, I did have a discussion with Frost Comics. He says, with all due respect, I feel like calling this piracy is a stretch. Even Ripper Guy even has a video showing off the cards front and back, and I certainly don't think his video is piracy. Not trying to start an argument. And I said, understandable. I see your point, but I've said these sites were for piracy before, though, when they were promoting piracy sites with ISOM #1. So now, the interesting thing is they only show you the back, right? They show you this bullcrap scan of this card, right? I have the card in my hand. You can see it's lenticular. It's a lenticular card. It, like, my hand almost covers the whole card. But let's go ahead and read the rest of the back that they failed to explain to you, where it says, a feared except for hire, Santuan is one of the strongest men this planet has to offer. He'll do good or bad as long as he gets paid. He's currently working for Darren Fontano, which has to be fairly lucrative for him. His gold teeth have become somewhat iconic by those who recognize him. I'm not sure when his teeth became so expensive, but they've been this way since I first took interest in him as a subject. Santuan's confidence is unreal, and he's never been in a fight that he didn't think he could win. He's gone up against beings that aren't from Earth. Is he truly driven by money, or is that a facade or something else? Power observation. To my knowledge, his power is brute strength. One of the greatest feats I've witnessed from him is dragging an inoperable tank that belonged to the Texas military. Just showing you and telling you how strong the man actually is. So, they're not showing you the full picture. They're just showing you the top half of a terrible scan of a card. Like, these people think that the card is some like terrible quality thing that they've never actually seen before. So what? Are FNT and Eric the only ones allowed to critique? To critic, by the way, this says to critic. The word is critique. Learn English. The bet is made. Lay down. Listen to what people think of your Rippaverse. Can dish it out, but they can't take it. I take the trash out by monetizing all of stupidity. All of the stupidity. There's no criticism here. Just constant trash talking, and then they cry about being quote-unquote canceled. Jim, not a fan of Air July or FNT. Okay, and then? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And last but not least, this idiot saying, look, I actually kind of enjoy arguing with retards because it's so effing ridiculous, but y'all are starting to get way too disingenuous even for you. Saying nobody expected Yara to beat Alpha Core is one of the most blatant lies and revisionist cope I've ever seen. Well, I have done the research, of course, because I always like to bring the receipts. I said this is coming from a dumbass, retarded, bitch-made individual who enjoys counting another man's money. He made a blatant lie that Kane and White redrew Yaira because his retarded ass can't read past a third grade level. There's also this clip below. People like me who know how to pull up receipts when a crack smoker can. So let's pull this up. From Tiso Spencer back on January 28th. Says, rough truth, Yaira will barely sell 1 million. It made over 1 million in under 24 hours. ISOM 1 and 2 are absolute trash. This isn't a truth. This is an opinion. You're a fucking moron. I understand you were dropped on your motherfucking head your entire life. And you were a prom night dumpster baby. I understand that. But you are not intelligent. You are stupid. Alpha Core is better than ISOM, but that's not saying much. That's what most people have said, stupid. But people have said ISOM is good, ISOM 1, ISOM 2 is better, and Alpha Core is the best written. There are far better comics each month you can spend your money on than the grift Eric July is selling. So he must be grifting me that sweet, sweet Joe Bennett art and that sweet, sweet Chuck Dixon writing. Wow, what a grift that was. Such a terrible grift. And then he's asking all these questions that he acts like people on the internet actually know outside of Eric July. Which he says, when Yaira sells under 1 million copies, well, retard, if you understand how to type, find a comic that sold 1 million copies. I'll wait. And Gooding sells under 500K, so when the next book comes out, this idiot believes that a book written by a legendary Punisher writer is gonna make under $500,000. So now that we have this on video, and I have the screenshots to show this nonsense, so when Gooding makes more than 500K in a single day, which I'm sure it will, because it's Mike Barron, we can bring up this tweet later and show this idiot what he said back on January 18th. People are jumping on Eric July because he's a liar and a hypocrite. This is literally the reason. He lied about 3D assets until it became an industry standard. It's not. Yes, it is. Even manga uses 3D assets. You know what's even funnier? Manga's outselling the Western comic industry because their stories are better. And their art's better. He lied about Yaira #1 having redraws. It did, but now he'll double speak and say, I don't know what they're talking about. Joe and Kanan aren't doing the redraws. He'll ignore the fact the book is being redrawn in the first place. He'll gaslight his quote-unquote detractors and thinking the Yaira #1 page is from the end of ISOM 2 is from Instagram or Reddit or fake instead of remembering they're in his own book. Okay, so let's read. Let's go ahead and read together, class, what Eric July actually said. He combs through he said, I'd like to give a big shout out to our art director, Kanan White. He's an unbelievable artist, but his leadership has been invaluable. We brought him on to specifically be not simply an editor, but a teacher and mentor to all of our talent. There were several books in the production when he arrived. Yaira, ISOM #3, Bloodroof, etc. He combed through every bit of each book and communicated to the artist what should be corrected and redrawn. So your statement already makes no sense. He communicated to the artist what to redraw, you fucking moron. Learn how to read past a 3rd grade level before you start telling everybody else how intelligent you are. Because you're not fucking intelligent. You're a fucking moron. Because you can't read past a 3rd grade level. Your reading level is about as high as Dick Masterson's. The fucking moron that said, oh, putting your hand on your shoulder is akin to assault. Shut the fuck up. And what could be added to improve the pages. He's unlocked new potential for Cliff, Joe, Deborah, Michael, and the rest. They all respect his input, and their additions and redraws are unbelievable. As in the fucking 4 people that he just mentioned who did redraws. You fucking idiot. Yaira will be the first book you get to see Kanan's impact on. Oh, you mean the thing that he just said where he combed through and told the artist what to redraw? Because you're so fucking retarded? But his imprint is on every single book we release. Incredible artist and incredible dude. I mean, he's already been doing work. He's already done covers for the Rippaverse. Multiple covers, including Yara #1's cover A was Kanan White. You idiot. Holy fuck, you're retarded. This is why I say this man is way too invested. He's too effing slow in the head. He's too slow in the head to understand how stupid he sounds. Because he literally read the statement and got Kanan White redrew it, even though it was Kanan White told the artist what to redraw. You fucking moron. This is why I don't take Rippaverse detractors serious. Because y'all are mentally fucking slow. Majority of you, 99% of you, are slow in the head and did not get past a 3rd grade reading level. And that might even be an insult to 3rd graders. But at the end of the day, they'll continue to shift the goalposts no matter how many times they need to make themselves feel better. And when Gooding does more than 500,000 in sales, I'm going to bring that tweet back up. I'm going to tag this bitch in it, and I'm going to laugh at him because he's such a moron. The guy who claims to have such a successful life and have so much going on, meanwhile, this man probably, actually, I can guarantee he tweets about Eric every single day. He's one of those clowns that watches a campaign for something he doesn't like. Meanwhile, he bought Yara #1. So thank you all for checking out this video, though. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit the like button. Comment below how you feel about all this. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or live stream, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.